Hello and welcome to this video in which I will show you my entry for the escape contest which is being held at polycount. So this is the scene and it's running in UDK under DirectX 11 mode. So now let's turn on game mode so you can see colors properly. And now let's start with the ocean material. And now I will just slow down the material so you can see what's happening more easily. And I will just turn off everything, well, almost everything, so you can see the components swipe on one. So this is the material without any waves, and it's also reflecting the scene in real time. And when I add some large waves, which is the first layer, the reflections are also distorted according to surface normals, which is not a physically correct approach, but it works to some extent. And as you can see, these large waves are pretty smooth, so I created another layer which contains smaller waves like these, and on top of these smaller waves I added this foam layer so it looks a little more realistic. And now I will further drop the speed so you can see what's happening in the foam layer. Actually, it's the same thing on each layer. There are 4 panners which go in positive and negative XY directions, and the layers and the foam are added on top of each other, so they look like an ocean. The wave layers are created using displacement maps. Actually, only one displacement map is used for all the waves, and as you can see, this is applied using DirectX 11 tessellation and displacement, and a normal map is generated also using the height map, and it's also used in the material. The height and normal maps are created using the information from world machine. Actually, I actually created the normal map in Photoshop, so I told that one wrong. And let's now move to the tornado, and I will just pause it. So this is the tornado, and it consists of 4 components, or maybe 5 components, let's say. The first one is this base swirl thing, which is applied to the ocean mesh. It consists of a panning texture which is applied using radial UV coordinates, and the next component is the particle system, which creates these splashes at the base. And the third component is the foamy part. So the water from ocean is rising upwards, and it gets foamy at first, and then it gets blue and blue greenish as it reaches the top part, which is the 4th component. And there's also another mesh. Actually, you can see it in wireframe mode. It's a translucent layer, but I guess you can see. So it is the part which contains the dropping water and these flying little dragons. I hope you can see them. And also the material which is applied to the tornado mesh has these lightnings, and the lightnings are also created using panners. The lightning texture is constantly panning around the tornado, and it is randomly flashing, so it looks like lightning. So let's slow it down so you can see. and I hope this has been useful. So now let's turn it back on, and now I will show some assets. So the assets I should say models are using DirectX 11 tessellation, like these characters, and I created the base meshes in Silo and started sculpting in Sculptris, and later turned to 3D code, and then I exported into the game using Blender 2.6. I baked my maps using XNormal, and I also used Null for a lot of things. It's a very useful application. And then I have this ice material, so the dragons attack the boat and their ice beam frost the front part of the boat, and this material actually works on a copy of the mesh, and it uses vertex colors. So let me show that one. So let's go into, by the way, I'm using Fraps, so you can't see anything I'm doing on the screen, but I'm actually now in mesh paint mode. So, and I chose black as my color, and as I paint with black, as you can see, the ice disappears. Maybe I should just freeze the water first, or whatever. You can see it now, and it appears back when I paint with white. And there are small things like these particle effects also, the flare effect, the ice beam effect, and this poor guy over here is actually hitting the eye with a flare. And actually he's not poor. They are attacking the coast guards, and this guy is trying to hit the other one so they can escape from the dragons. And there's also this guy who got caught by one of the dragons. And I guess that's all for the video. Thanks for watching.